It was probably inevitable. When the big battle came, it would just be this kind of a traffic jam. Hello, everyone. It's 2000 hours on the 19th of October, and we have had the biggest battle of the campaign. It's one I think is going to prove to be decisive, and it happened all around this little unnamed village that is today's Weissenfels. You can see this gigantic traffic jam of all these folks representing Davout's 3rd Corps and Lannes' 5th Corps marching up to join the corps of the Emperor himself and Marshal Bernadotte. And there, you see all those blue trapped in there. Those were the corps of Blücher and Roussel, who stood valiantly at the south end of the Saale and fought. To get this done right, though, I had to draw a map. Now grab it. Stay with me. Don't leave. And there it is. This is the way it went. And you can see the Saale River there in my elegant manner. And there's only one bridge over the Saale at this point. And that's going to matter as we talk about this. In The Flight of the Eagle, the system we're playing, battles are simplified. They get drawn up into left, center, and right. And you see that labeled LCR right there. Over on the left, there were the divisions of Morand and Friant, who had a slight numerical advantage over that division of Scharnhorst. Over the course of the day, they fought back and forth, and neither was able to push the other back. So as a result, they've sort of been at a deadlock. In the center, this was my big question. You had the divisions of Arnhem and Blücher, both very large mixed divisions, up against Gudin and Violon. You'll notice I say significant disadvantage. The reason being, Gudin is an infantry division, Violon was an already weakened French cavalry division. You may remember a long time ago, it seems, that over here, on the way up near Weimar, that was the division that got punched in the nose as it got a little too close to the troops that were there at the time. So it was already weak and a little bit tired. The battle went back and forth, and they never could quite break the French center. One of the big reasons was Napoleon. He gets a unique advantage of 2 dice. I won't go into the combat system, but that's a big deal. He brought that to that center section. Over on the right is where the Prussian fortunes turned the worst. There you had Dupont and Klein cavalry, as well as the artillery reserve. They were up against the single division of Saxe, which, as the note says, by the end of the day was shattered and withdrawing. I actually had to contact the man who wrote these rules, Dr. Didier Rouy, and I had to ask him which way they're going to go. Because if you take a look back at the map, they could have gone north, here to Merseburg, or over to Leipzig. It was his conclusion, based on the situation, that they're going to fall back on Leipzig. That's not necessarily the worst thing for them, but for the Prussians, it's a real problem. Because Marshal Lannes, clever fellow that he is, has bridged the Saale right there. You see those 2 little pen marks where Dotpol is waiting? That's a bridge, a pontoon bridge, a pair of them actually. He's already got Fouché's division over, and they have been seen marching their way over to block the retreat here north to Merseburg. Those 2 units that are right there, you can see them, that's Townsend and Prittwitz. Those are shattered divisions. They're not going to be good to anyone for a little while. So those Prussians there in Weissenfels are in a great deal of trouble. These units over here have rested all day and are going to get fatigue and morale back. That little Tilly division, it's actually a brigade that was broken off, and as a result these units over here were weaker. They've seen the Prussians in Leipzig and have sent a report back. And finally, I want to give them some credit. There's Murat and his cavalry. They're getting ready. They've rested all day, and so they will get some morale back. They're getting ready to head this way up to Eisleben, where they'll meet Württemberg. But here's the problem. If indeed the Prussians are trapped, and if indeed they're destroyed, the French have the route clear to cut the route to Halle. That is the Prussian line of communication. If it is cut, Halle, all the way here to Magdeburg, the Prussians will lose. So things are pretty grim for the forces of the fatherland, but it's not quite over yet, even if we can see the end from here.